What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Nice little, short little break had there for during PCA, but happy. Got a bunch of great shows to bring you over the next 2 months before the next break, and I'm excited for tonight as we're kicking off festival season, and we got a great new festival that we're going to be promoting here tonight. But before I get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, please. Hey, the more likes you give helps out with the analytics, gets it out there so more people can have fun and jump in on the fun and games that we're having here. Also, down in the description, if you're watching it on LinkedIn or Facebook, and down in the description, YouTube, and pinned in the comment section is my link tree. Please go follow and support my advertisers, sponsors, and preferred retail partners. They do help continue to keep all the programming running on the show, and your support goes a long way. Whether you're looking for sticks, whether you're looking for accessories, I have you covered. So take advantage of the exclusive promo codes that are only available to my viewers out there, and save yourself some coinage, because I'm a man of the people. I'm here for you, the people, to save you money. Tonight, I got two very fine individuals from Pensacola Cigar Weekend are joining us here. New festival coming up. I've been talking to a lot of boutique brands that are jumping in and going down there for this festival this weekend, and it looks like it's going to be a banger. So they're going to tell you about it. They're going to tell you about the events they got going on. You know how my shows go. We'll probably have some fun games and shenanigans along the way as we're talking. But without further ado, let's bring on our guests this evening. We got the one, the only, Dr. Charletha Delane, and Bruno Lyon, social media influencer and ambassador for them. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Thank you.
Greetings. Yes. I love that intro for Bruno because he is all that, you know?
Yes.
So
Thank you.
I saw him. He was a hit in Dallas. And he was like, everybody wanted to get their picture with Bruno. It's like, hey, is that Bruno? Oh, gotta get it. Dude,
I know, right?
Legend.
He is the man.
Now come see me on my home turf.
That's right. Come see him on the home turf. If you want to reach out to you want a picture, come to Pensacola Cigar Weekend.
There you go.
We'll be glad to loan him out to you. Not that we need permission, Bruno. You know, it's just, you know. I'm just kind of, you know, I think I'm kind of possessive when it comes to him.
I understand.
That's my buddy.
All right.
But I just
want
to say,
weekend coming up here, and how about you let people know about it and what's going on?
Okay. Yes, it is definitely here. I want to say thank you for allowing us to come on here and talk about the weekend. And we just want to thank your viewers for coming on and listening to it. And we hope that if they have any questions as we go through this, that they go ahead and submit them to you, and we'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have. Pensacola Cigar Weekend is something that's near and dear to my heart, as well as my other two co-hosts that are on the team, and Bruno, because it reflects our city. We have all gone to different cigar weeks and cigar weekends at other larger cities in other parts of the state, as well as other states. And we just knew that it was missing here. You know, it's something that brought all of us together, those of us that love cigars, and even those that I call cigar curious. We just wanted to have a place for them to be able to come here on the Gulf Coast, or the Panhandle, as we like to call it. And so that's how Pensacola Cigar Weekend was born. Some people say, oh, well, are you trying to raise money for some type of charity? Are you a festival? We are not a festival. We are trying to create an experience for the smokers that decide to participate. And again, it's for everyone, whether you are a cigar curious person, like you haven't smoked, but you're curious about it, to those that are like in the middle, they're kind of dabbling with it, but aren't really sure about what they want to do with it, and the cigar aficionado. So it's for everyone. We're not discriminating against anyone. And that's why we're trying to make this an experience for everyone to experience. So it is May 29th through June 1st here in the beautiful Pensacola, Florida. If you have not been here before, this is a time that it will be great for you to come and experience our great city. We have beautiful beaches. We have a beautiful downtown, and we have some great people here. So it'll just be a great time for everyone, local and those that are coming in from out of town. It begins on Thursday, and Thursday is just a relaxed day. That day is just a mixer for people that are coming into town as well as locals to get together and just meet and greet. And so there's nothing formal there. There are no tickets being sold for that. We do have VIP tickets, and for the VIPs that are attending, they will have a separate agenda for events and things that they will experience. So that won't be in the general on our website or anything like that, but that will be given directly to those that decide to do that. On Friday night, that is the first night, and we call that our what do we call it? The prequel. And so that night we will have the Venus Kings. That'll be a live band that will be playing. We will have a DJ, which is DJ Hale, well known in the local area, so that we can, have this atmosphere of chill and relax. And we'll also be able to party a little bit. There'll be spirits available there, cigars, of course, and all the beautiful people that'll be there. There will be different activities going on, and we'll go into that. On Saturday, from 11 to 3, there will be what we call the Latin Experience. And that is, we are collaborating or partnering with the Latin Festival here that will actually be going on May 17th. And on that, from 11 to 3 on that Saturday, we will have DJ Da Vinci. Some of the Latin dancers will be there, and just anyone that has a ticket that is coming to participate, they will enjoy that experience that day. And then that evening, we have Cigars Under the Stars, and that will be another live band, which will be Stars Band Live, and DJ Frank will be there that evening. And then on Sunday, we'll wrap it up with a jazz brunch with a live three-piece jazz band brunch meal, mimosas, and cigars, of course. And so that wraps up what the event is about. And like I said, I like to call it an experience more than an event. And through that, we will have several vendors, which we'll talk about as we go on through here. I don't want to keep rambling on about it, but we'll talk about the vendors and those vendors that you'll experience that.
Excellent. So what was the idea behind saying, let's bring a cigar experience to the Panhandle of Florida?
Just that, the fact that we were traveling everywhere, supporting others, and we know that we have a group of cigar smokers and aficionados. We have cigar lounges. We have Cordova Cigar Lounge. We have Cigar Factory downtown. We have craft brands here. And so we wanted to have a place where we could bring everybody together to be able to smoke and network and talk and share and vibe out. And that's where it was born from, just purely wanting to bring it together and bring it here. We have such a beautiful city, a beautiful beach. We have great people here. So why not have one here? And not that we don't think all the other ones are great, because they are.
But with everything that goes on cigar-wise in Florida, it's usually Tampa and Miami and Orlando. You're really giving people a different view of Florida to come in and have nice enjoyment. That
exactly
going to get away from the monotony of a lot of the people that hang out in Tampa and Miami. Slower pace.
Exactly. A different vibe, a more relaxed, chill vibe, which is what most of us, when we go to a cigar lounge, that's what we're doing. We're going there and we're just kind of relaxing and we're chilling, we choose the vibe we want. We might talk to other smokers. We might sit in a corner and smoke alone. We might smoke with a couple of friends, we might talk to random people that are there, where we kind of choose the vibe. And that's what this experience will be like. It's plenty of space to smoke. Again, if there are people, I hear some people say, well, my husband smokes, but I don't smoke. It's for you as well. We have a grand ballroom that will be completely smoke free. And then the smoking area is outside. And so, because that's you have to have a certain level of ventilation in cigar lounges and things like that. And with a large crowd, we just didn't have inside support for that. So it will be outside. And so if you smoke or don't smoke, you will be able to enjoy because you'll be in open air. So yes, to your point, that is why we wanted to hear, to show that we also have a vibe. While we may not be a large city, we are a great city to have this event in.
Yes, I completely agree. And let's say you got quite a few people jumping in the chat. Let's say hi there. We got Brothers Oscuro. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
He he says he likes what he's hearing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mr. Shawan Mims from Heart of a Lion Cigars. Welcome.
Yes, good evening.
And the Herfador Lounge, Mr. Ray Truelife. All right, welcome guys. And the
good to see you all. Thank you for coming.
Bob the cigar guy.
Yes. Hi, Bob.
All right, excellent. Well, good. So for anybody, if you're interested in what's going on there, down in the description, I got direct links to everything Pensacola Cigar Weekend. I've made it easy for you. You can just click on it. It'll take you there if you want to purchase your tickets and go. And
absolutely.
Well, you should go. I mean, why not? You get to hang out with the awesome Bruno, the beautiful Doc.
That's right.
Oh, the camera's the other one. This one.
I got you. I know. I got to learn.
That's Doc right there. There's the beautiful lady right there. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
The camera's backwards on me on this. And it should be a great time. Going to all the you've gone to. Both of you have been to many, many cigar weekends and festivals out there. Did you kind of take your experience from those to go, I like this, I didn't like that, to kind of build what you guys wanted to do for for Pensacola?
Absolutely. There are so many great things. I remember first being introduced to, after smoking a couple of cigars and then going to my first cigar weekend, which was actually in Charlotte, that I was shocked at what the culture, and I know we have some debates specifically on the lounge. We've talked about this, whether we call it cigar culture or we call it cigar group. But when I say culture, I mean anyone that's smoking a cigar, so no specific group. But and people that participate in that. But to see like-minded people together that love the same thing and being able to enjoy that time together, I just really, really enjoyed that. And specifically, the number of women that were enjoying cigars. I was really surprised by that, because usually it's stereotypically a male-dominated industry, right? And it still is. I mean, even, in industry-wide, we're 80% men, 20% women, sometimes 70-30, depending on where you are. So it's still dominated by men, but there's a growing number of women that are really involved in this culture. And so that's what really drew me in, me decide to really want to start pursuing more and more about these weekends and weeks that are going on around the country. Bruno?
Yeah, basically the same thing. I went to my first one, which was Tampa last year, March of 24. And then, of course, Daniel met you down in Dallas, or over in Dallas. Down for you, I guess. And I'm back in November. So yeah, both experiences are different. There's similarities, of course, because they're cigars, but overall, just getting to meet the different folks that come into town or the locals, it's just an amazing experience. And just to be able to sit back and make those friendships and then to enjoy the cigars, learn new stuff about the cigars, making of them or whatever, and just try so many different blends and new companies that you may not experience otherwise. It's been great, and we're hoping to bring all that here as well.
Absolutely. I think what makes ours a little different too is that Bruno and I have both experienced cities that have, multiple cigar lounges. Let's say, for instance, Tampa has several, being what it is and what it represents. And so people are able to hop from lounge to lounge and have different experiences at each lounge. In Pensacola, we are creating the lounge at our one location. I'm talking about not so much the lounge, but our event experience in one location. We're not hopping around to multiple lounges. And so people will be able to, enjoy their libations and their cigar and be in one place. but each night will have a different experience. So just because we're not hopping around, it doesn't mean your experience will be any less. So I just wanted to bring that up. And that's one of the things I'm really excited about. Because, sometimes, especially when you're at a cigar week and you're bouncing around, sometimes you just want to pause, right? And just stay in one spot for a little bit. Even though I enjoy all of it, just sometimes. So I'm hoping that people will enjoy and appreciate that we are having that particular experience here, where you're able to be in one location.
I I I like the atmosphere of the cigar weekends or the cigar weeks where you really get to experience the whole city, where things are
Hmm.
spread out all over. Especially if I'm
Hmm.
going to a city that I've never been to before, the opportunity to
Right.
explore, and I think that
Hmm.
that that adds to that experience of the cigar. It's like, well,
Absolutely.
wow, it's like I've never been to Pensacola before. Well, what's Pensacola all about? And
Hmm.
to have that opportunity between events to be like, all right, I'm on this side of town and there's these events going on. Cool. Oh, and there's these restaurants here, and
Right.
to meet getting to meet some of the locals that are in the area, and getting to
Hmm.
experience the food choices and museums, or whatever you may be
Right.
into out there. I think that I love that. When everything's kind of
Yes.
stuck in one area and you don't get to really explore, it kind of
Right.
lessens that experience for me.
But
Right.
that's the good thing
Absolutely.
about where we're located is where the central event will be located right in the middle of downtown Pensacola. And there are so many restaurants, boutique shops, so many places to visit and go shop. There's a museum down there as well. Lots of craft breweries, if that's your thing.
Mhm.
So, hey, John,
Yes.
so it's a great
And, and
location.
and we are definitely going to make sure that we will have experiences for people to be able to participate in all those things around, the city, as Bruno just pointed out. And as you talked about, because that is important. We want to showcase our city as well, because we want people, this is not going to be a one-time event. This is our inaugural event, but not the only event that we will be having. It will continue to grow, it will continue to expand year after year. So this may be the first time, this may be our first year, but it won't be our last year. So for those of you that are going, I don't know, this is the first time, don't sleep on Pensacola, don't sleep on us, because we are very serious about this. And we want to showcase our city. We want to showcase the venue that our event is located at. And just to be clear, when we talked about being in one location, we will be pointing people to the other cigar lounges for things. But as far as where our events are, our specific events, it will be at one location, because of the space we need for cigar smokers. So,
Sure, sure. Yeah, you said don't sleep on it, and that's been one of the things that was brought up to me after I got back from Dallas last year, which they had their inaugural Smoke Fest. Was it really
mhm.
all that? I was like, why? Were you having FOMO looking at my pictures and videos of what I was doing in Dallas? Because it was all that. I
It
had
was.
it was I it was one of the best festivals I've ever been to, and I was working it. So it wasn't like I got to
Mhm.
kick back and relax.
Right.
I was there working. It was a job for me, and I honestly didn't think I was working. I was just like, oh, you need me to stand over here and smoke a cigar and act, okay. I mean, okay, but yeah, I
Sure.
had a good time,
Right.
and I think that FOMO gets to people where it's like, well, I don't know if I want to go, but then you see the fun that everybody's having, and I gotta tell you, you should just go instead of living
Absolutely.
vicariously through everybody's social media posts. That could be you.
Yes. The work
Exactly.
the work's being
Exactly.
put in. Doc and the team, they're putting the work in to get this going and to have the most successful time we can and enjoyable time. And I met you at Dallas, first time event as well, and it was amazing. So
Hmm.
Yeah, it
hopefully
was.
Yeah.
we will be the same.
And
Bruno
this will
was the
be
tour of Dallas.
equally as amazing. One of our teammates is on. John, hey John. Just want to give him a shout out.
John, welcome.
But and let's see. I was trying to see. There was someone else I want to give a shout out to. Oh, Pedro. Hey, Pedro Ramos. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Not trying to take your space. I just wanted to give a shout out to some of the people that support us.
Shout out. It's perfectly all right to shout out on everything. Well, that's good. Now, over the last I'd say 6 weeks, I've talked to a lot of smaller brands and boutique brands out there who told me they're coming to vend at Pensacola, and they're really excited about that out there.
Yes.
And I think that you have such a great collection of top-notch boutique brands that I love myself personally. That I think are
Absolutely.
some of the best cigars that are out on the market today that you can get. How did you wind up reaching out to them or getting them to jump on board to come out?
Well, I think. Well, a lot of that is from whenever we've gone to other events and we met some of the people, but Bruno has been instrumental in some of the brands that he knew and was associated with, and he would say, "Hey Doc, we got this one. Hey, we should talk to them." And I talked to them, and we would just click, and as if we've been knowing each other, and it just kept building from there. And one of the things we really wanted to do is make sure, as you can see by Bruno's post, if you follow either one of us on IG, Pensacola Cigar Weekend on IG, or you follow Bruno, or even you follow my personal page. If you're not, please follow us. If you're not following us yet, please follow us. But what you find there is we love to promote the brands that are supporting this weekend. And Bruno just did this one fabulous post that I love around our ashtray with the Pensacola cigar logo in the middle, and he had the cigar brands around the ashtray, and it represents more than just the weekend, but it represents what I feel like we're building this family. Because for me, it has been extremely, extremely refreshing to have people jump on board. These brands jump on board with us, and they don't know what their return is going to be, right? So it's more than business for them. They understand the assignment, and so we want to make sure that they're appreciated and that they are promoted. Whenever we're posting them because we appreciate that, because we can't have this weekend without them being there and supporting it. I love the fact that we have so many craft brands. Someone asked me the other day about a popular brand named Cigar. Are they going to be there? And no, they're not going to be there this year, because when you think about it, this is our first year, and those brands are established and they've been around a long time, and they do other things, and they have certain criteria that of course we can't meet. We don't have any history to show them. So for these craft brands to come on and be willing to take a chance on us, we want to make sure that they know that they are supported and loved and cared about and a part of this family. And so it's extremely important. Can we start talking about who they are, if you don't mind?
Yeah, yes. By all means, that was where I was going to go next.
One of the first ones that jumped on board immediately was Mount Olympus Cigars. Called and said, "Hey, we're going to do this weekend. Before I can even finish it, what do you need?" And if you have not followed him yet, or if you've not experienced his cigars, you are missing out. Thank you, Bruno. There you go. Amazing, amazing line of cigars. His videos are fantastic promoting them, and his cigars are even better than the promotions he has. So huge shout out to him for joining us, being one of the first ones to join us. The next one that joined us was AJ with Big Country Cigars.
The legend.
Phenomenal AJ. Smoke. Yes, AJ. And from AJ, we were able to connect with Kenny Anderson, who is one of our celebrity guests, NBA legend Kenny Anderson, who's one of our celebrity guests that will be there with us. So, things were just building. So I have had a lot of discussions with Big Country. Love his brand, love what he's about, love what he represents, and just so grateful for him jumping on board as well. We have Kimberly with Sassy Soul Cigars, who has an amazing line of cigars. Yes, thank you, Bruno. Yes, there you go. You know it. And and I would have one to show if I hadn't smoked mine. So I need to re-up. So I can't show them to you.
I got my
Another
re-up
one
today.
that has been you got your re-up today. Now you want to,
Yeah.
now you want to throw salt over here. Okay. Thank you, Bruno. You know what? I'm just gonna, on Wednesday when I see you, you'll just have to bring me one. Now that
Sounds
you
good.
said that. And the other one we have is another huge supporter. We love them, love them, love them. It's Hayes Gray Cigars. Pedro and Brule and Valerie, the Hayes Gray Cigar Vixens. It has been phenomenal. That particular, we call it partnership. Them being a member of the family has just been great. We love them. They
local,
promote
by
us,
the
we
way.
promote them. And they are local. Yes, they are local. Thank you for pointing that out. And their brand is phenomenal. My favorite cigar with them is the backpack. Do you have that one by any chance, Bruno? Or
I
do you have
don't, not
any of
in
theirs?
front of me.
Any
I've
left?
got one in the
Any left?
humidor.
Yeah.
It's way inside.
Okay, that's okay. But their brand is great as well, and we love having them on board. And speaking of which, May 17th, Valerie with Hayes Gray Cigars and myself with Pensacola Cigar Weekend, we are hosting a lipstick. We call it Lipstick and Lighters. It's the cigar social for women only, and so that's been posted as well and advertised. So we'll be doing that. Honey Bee Cigars out in Jacksonville. They will be here as well. Love them. Yeah, Bruno has that there. They have a great line. They also have great promotions and marketing. So I would hope that any of these cigar brands that we've been talking about, that if you don't know about them, get to know them. Go to their site, check out what they have to offer, and support them, please, because just because you're not one of these name brands does not mean that, no, because they are name brands. They are name brands in it. So let me back up and be very clear about that. But just because it's not something that you hear every day, is not as familiar, does not mean that it's not one of the best products. And so again, we don't want you to sleep on Pensacola Cigar Weekend. We don't want you to sleep on these brands either. Now, one supporter who is not a cigar brand, but who has cigar merchandise and cigar
Accessory.
humidors is Chevalier. Yeah, I'm sorry. Humidors and accessories is Chevalier with Chevalier Life. And he donated this to our weekend. I mean, took the time to make this a custom humidor for us. And I just wanted to show you a little bit about what it's about. This is a serious humidor. This will be at the Pensacola Cigar Weekend, and we will be raffling it off. Even though I want to keep it, we will be raffling it. But I want to give
Is Chevalier going to be
him a shout out as well. Yes, Chevalier will be here.
Oh, cool. You all can go
for
see
the
which
event.
clothes out of his wife's closet
Yes.
he chose to raid for every event.
You know what? No, I'm not. I will not go there with you guys.
Yeah,
I will not. I'm stepping out.
He's got to
of
bring
that
his purse along. He's got to bring his purse along.
Oh, yes, his merce. Yeah, I know. Yeah, out there. You got to watch him. You got to watch him, because if you go out to eat with him, you got to make sure he orders his steak properly cooked. Otherwise, he'll order it well done.
Oh, there we go. There we go with it. Well, see, I can't, because I do as well. So,
Oh my goodness, that's
I can't say anything about that.
I have a question I wanted to ask you on that. Are you going to have an official cigar for the weekend as well, or official brand for the weekend?
There will be one. We'll be announcing that later. And also we have just cooling mobile cigars. He will be bringing his mobile cigar lounge there, which is absolutely phenomenal and fantastic. And so want to make sure, if you're not following him, if you follow him, or if you're not familiar, which a lot of people are. He's at several events, especially in Tampa. We have Just Skies Designs that'll be there. Element Training Complex has donated training hours and certificates that'll be raffled off. We have Geneva Collection, I'm sorry, which is organic botanical skincare. So guys with beautiful beards like Mr. Bruno over here, and ladies and that need to take care of their beards. There's something for that, for skincare in general. They will be there. Edwin Watts Golf donated some discount coupons. We have Pow Dazzle, who'll be there, who makes these amazing humidors with different glass work on top of it. And then we'll also have Chapeau Trends, who does custom fedoras, will be there as well. If there are any other persons that would like to participate as a vendor, we still have time to do that. You can go to our website that way, or you can send us something in the respond with the link so that you can go ahead and apply to become a vendor. We'll keep that open until Friday. Bruno, did you want to say something?
Yes. Speaking of the raffles, we've been given some items that we'll be raffling from Black Box Cigar Club. The actual items I have in another room, but to give you a little sample, we've got a cigar stand. There you go. And lighter. So those are in the package, plus a few other items that I'll leave quiet for now. But I'd like to shout out Dan Lee, Stephania, and James from Black Box for thinking of us and supporting us as well.
Fantastic people, all of them over there.
Absolutely. And
I'd also like Charletha, how about the other doctor brand? Is he signed on?
Oh my gosh. Yes, thank you for saying that. I started out as a brand ambassador with Fat Ash, and I'm actually still for Fat Ash Northwest Florida. Cedric and Stephanie, of course. And so there's where I met Dr. O with GTO Cigars. So Dr. O will be there as well on Friday, and he will be doing a presentation of his cigars and a little history. If anybody's ever heard his stories, we love hearing him talk about his brand. And Hayes Gray Cigars will be doing a rolling demonstration for the VIPs on Saturday night. And also Cordova Cigars, James at Cordova Cigars will be doing a component presentation on Saturday night as well. And we will have Uncle Nearest whiskey representative there on Friday, on Friday night. And so again, if there are any other spirit brands, beer brands, anything like that, and you're interested in participating in our weekend, please make sure that you either go to our website and click on it at the top. It'll say interested vendors or something like that. Click on that, or DM us on Pensacola Cigar Weekend, and we'll be glad to send you the link and answer any questions you might have about vending opportunities.
I could listen. I've heard all of Dr. O's stories probably 20 times, but I can listen to them all over again every single time. I feel like I've never heard them before, and I'm like,
absolutely.
Oh, this sounds like it's going to be good. And he just draws you in. He's such a good dude. I love Dr. O.
Yeah, he's great.
Absolutely. Great story. And one time I asked him, I said, sometimes people, people that aren't smokers, especially, I asked him, I said, dude, they say anything about you being a doctor, and you smoke cigars. And we talked about, I think it's his grandfather that lived to be like 108 and smoked several cigars a day. I just kind of blew that out of the water. That's not it, So anyway, yes, love Dr. O's stories.
I want to go back a little bit when you're talking about some of your brands that you had shown up, and you're talking about, well, we're not going to have big brands out there, but you have whichever brands. I think that you're showcasing fantastic brands that get overshadowed a lot by the big brands out there, and honestly, I've had almost all of the brands that you've talked about, or I have a personal relationship with some of those brands. And I got to say, the what they put out and the quality that they put out supersedes anything that I've ever had from any of the big brands out there. And
that's why we reached out to them.
Yeah, you're really giving. This is really a platform for them to be showcased on a larger level out there than what they would normally than what they would normally get. And I think that I don't think you need to have big brands show up and be a part of what you're doing out there. Keeping it with these brands, I think is perfect, because it's gonna, one, it's gonna make the big guys jealous that everybody's showing up and smoking much better
Right.
tobacco than what they have out there, and
That's
none of
right.
it's mass produced.
Right.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I started
And
reaching out,
and every
sorry, when I started reaching
go
out to folks, I was just reaching out to brands that I know I smoke and that I enjoy, and I thought would complement our first cigar weekend, because we want the people that put their heart and soul into their brands, and these ones that we've got locked in do. And for you, that you those out there that I reached out to, you haven't signed up yet, still a little bit of time if you want to come and join us. I reached out to you for a reason.
absolutely.
So we want you here. So
I think it's great.
Yes.
I think it's great, and I think you got a lot of great brands that do phenomenal work out there. From Miss Kim at Sassy Soul to the legend AJ at Big Country.
Right.
You've really cornered the market on small brands that just crush it with everything that they put out, and I think that's good and it's important.
Absolutely.
And for people who may not have heard of these brands or may not be familiar with them, they're going to get familiar with them at this whole weekend out there. Plus,
absolutely,
NBA legend
Absolutely.
Kenny Anderson showing up. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just we got one. We got
NFL
another
legend
athlete.
Fred Robbins will be there as well.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, NFL legend Fred Robbins, he'll be there as well, mingling with the VIP in the VIP area. And that's
Great
also
guy.
what I wanted to talk about. We have, as far as the way our tickets are structured, you can buy individual days, or you can we've structured some packages so that would be more cost effective for you to attend multiple days. But with our VIP, we have worked hard to make sure that if you're paying for a VIP ticket, that you're getting a VIP experience. So there is definitely a separation between general admission and VIP. So like the celebrity athletes that'll be there, that will be in the VIP area. They will be one-on-one with the VIPs there. Certain presentations by Hayes Gray, or like the component representation by James at Cordova, or the Uncle Nearest presentation, that will be for our VIP ticket holders. And there will be other things for them as well, but those are like the bigger ones. And so we just wanted to make sure, one of the things that, whenever we go to these other weekends, if I'm buying a VIP ticket, which I always do, I want to know that I'm having a VIP experience. You know what I mean? Because those tickets are pricier than the others. And so I just wanted to make sure I threw that out there so people know that. And back to the brands, I'm so glad you're talking about that, because that is what has made this so special for the team. All of us that are working on this, we are very passionate about it. We're almost like in the same seat as them, right? We're not well known yet. We're not the go-to weekend yet, because we haven't had it yet. But we will be that. And so I love the fact that everybody that we're working with, they love their brand. They love the people. They don't mind talking to people about it. You just know that they care about providing good quality product to the people that are supporting them. And so that's why that works so well with our weekend, because that's what we're doing. We want to put a collective of people together that represent what we're trying to bring to the Panhandle or in Pensacola. So
sure. So when you guys were working the idea on having this weekend, and you're talking to the city and you're talking to businesses, were they receptive about, yeah, this sounds like a great idea? Did you have to talk them into it and go, no, but listen, I'm telling you, this is going to work because XYZ?
Some places were like, absolutely love it, fantastic. And then others were like, a lot of people in this area were like, what is that? What is a cigar weekend? Did you get that, Bruno? Like, our week. What is a cigar weekend? Because they had not had it on this end of the state. So they smoked them, but they hadn't really gone to, have these experiences. So we'd have to spend a lot of time discussing it and talking about that. But we have had a lot of support in places that I didn't think would be as supportive. But we haven't had anyone tell us that it was an awful idea or they didn't believe in the concept. And so that's been very encouraging. And I appreciate that a lot.
That's good. I think it's important, and the economic revenue that's going to be generated from everybody coming in, from the hotels and the restaurants, and
right,
that which is given, but it's also everything else within the city, because people are going to get out and explore, so they're going to be spending their money all over town, just not at the places that would normally take out the lounges and the hotels and restaurants around venues on that. But people are actually going to get out and look, and you're going to and really it's a chance for the city to stand up and showcase what the city's all about.
Right. Well, we were very encouraged that, like, Visit Pensacola, we're actually on that. That is our tourism site for the city. We are on there, and they are supporting this event, and so that was great. Because they understand just what you said, heads and beds, right? And hotels, and then the taxes that come in from all the things that people purchase at the various stores and restaurants and things like that. So yeah, absolutely, it's going to be a good thing for Pensacola, and I think after they see what happens this year, they will really be more involved in upcoming years. Also, surrounding cities. I want to give out a shout out to Mobile, Alabama as well. We visited cigar lounges there to let them know about that. They have been very receptive to our weekends. I want to give a shout out to those lounges there that we were able to visit. And we're hoping that people in those areas will come here as well, and in the rest of the Panhandle, Fort Walton Beach, Destin, Navarre, Gulf Breeze, Pace, Milton. Am I missing any, Bruno? As far as in our
I think you hit them all.
Okay. Yeah. And anywhere else, we're not limiting here, but when we're just talking about our area that's close to us, that's what I'm bringing. But we want people from everywhere to come and experience Pensacola.
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah. I mean, you've got a phenomenal lineup of brands showing up. You've got great events that, I mean, why not? I found at Dallas that I like the seminar events a whole lot more than a lot of the just cigar events. Just the learning aspect, the panels, the Q&As. I enjoyed those far more than I enjoyed doing everything than going to just strictly cigar events. I thought it was great because it, really you got to dig into the mind of brands out there and people within the industry and learn a lot that you probably didn't know on what goes on. So that was amazing. That was one thing for me that if they didn't ask me to come back to Dallas again this year, I would have gone anyway, just because of that experience that I had.
Well, I'll see you there again.
We'll definitely be doing that.
That's awesome. That's good.
So we definitely will have panels for sure.
You put a lot of thought into this, and and everything that you said. It just it's like, that sounds great. Oh, that sounds like fun too. Oh my god, it's just one thing after another, and there's so much going on, and yet when it's over with, you feel like you really didn't do anything.
Well, hopefully they'll feel like they did a lot.
Brothers Oscuro's correct. The world famous Bruno Lyons will be there. So,
absolutely.
That's right. You can get your picture taken with a real celebrity.
That's right.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Not pushing it there.
Doc's going to be hanging around. Ladies, hands to yourself.
Absolutely.
Over there. Doc's overprotective of Bruno.
That's right. No, that was just a joke. That is my buddy, So all the ladies that want Bruno, DM him. I'm sorry, Bruno. Sorry, Bruno.
That phone's blown up already.
Anyway. It's blown up already. But he is. I mean, Bruno, for people, I know that people, see Bruno, see his post, and he is a very loyal supporter of brands that he loves to smoke. And I love that about him. And he has been that way about our event. And I love that too. He believed in it from the day I called and said, "Hey, Bruno, this is what's going to happen," and he immediately was like, "Yes, let's do this. I'm glad we're having something here." And so just so glad that he's been an integral part of this, as well as my two co-hosts. Like you see John Harrison, that's on, and we have another one as well. And so it has been a tremendous time working on this event, because we all care about the cigar industry. We care about cigar culture. We just care about it, and we want people to experience it. Those that have not experienced it at all, we want them to their first time experience with us to be a great experience where they can continue it. And for those that are already involved, we want them to appreciate this experience and want to come again next year. So,
I think that's a great outlook to have on an event like this. I think it's going to be successful, out there. And Bruno, I got to say, man, I'm jealous of half of your posts that you put out there, man. like you do such a good job, and it's 10 times better than anything I ever put. My stuff just looks trash. And then and I'm just like, man, look at him. He's there. He's got a nice photo. So I'm like, all right. How can I hide part of my face here so people can just look at this? Because that's what's important. Bruno, he's putting that whole package together. He's looking good.
That takes a lot for me to do, to be honest. But that's not. I'm real shy, actually. But when it comes to cigars, I open up, and that's me.
You do.
He makes it look easy.
He does, and you are, as Brothers Oscuro says, you are a true cigar advocate, for sure.
I appreciate that. Appreciate everyone.
Fact, man. You are, and Doc said it. You're passionate about brands that you like. You're out there supporting. You support so many different brands. You support so many different causes out there. You support so many different content creators out there and what they're doing. Really, you are a VIP, man. You are the GOAT, man, because it's a lot of work to do all that, and you find time to do it and get it out there and really advocate for the community as a whole, man. So kudos to you, man.
Yeah.
You do such a fantastic job.
And he never once said, whenever I called him, it's funny story, we met on a live with Ray True Life and Chevalier Lounge, giving a shout out to them and all the other lives that that do just what you're doing tonight, sharing and meet each other. And we met that way. Did not know that we lived right down the street from each other, basically, until Mount Olympus said, "Hey, he lives." It's a little way from you, and then we were able to figure out that we're in the same area, in the same space, and so this whole thing with the Pensacola Cigar Weekend just came together beautifully. And having him here has been great, because he has helped us. He has helped our team without ever asking for anything in return, and that's what he does with all the brands too. He unselfishly does that. So we're just glad to have him a part of us.
Stefania's ears must have been burning because now she shows up. Yeah. She must know we were talking about her earlier.
We were.
Probably. Yeah, she's great too. Absolutely.
Of course.
Great.
And of course, Doc is a blessing to the culture as well. And
DJ, that's right.
Yep. Fantastic.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You all do wonderful work, and you talked about this being a primarily male-dominated. The industry itself may be primarily male-dominated, but when it comes to really getting content and information out, it is very female-dominated out there. Your voice goes a lot further than my voice does when it comes to promotion and advocacy and everything you want to get out there, it goes further because the women, the women have that voice that I think more people are willing to listen to than they are for a dope like me out there. So yeah, and the female dominated brands that have been coming out the last few years are fire, and they're showcase the way that they're showcasing their blends and what they're doing is phenomenal out there. Yeah,
Absolutely.
like Miss Kim with Sassy Soul, out there. You just, I think it's great, and it is the one social community out there that where we're all bound together by fermented dead plant matter, and we all have fun, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
all of
that's
us
what it
can
is,
go
yeah.
to all of us can go. Whether we knew each other beforehand or not, we could all show up at the same lounge, not knowing each other and leaving best friends, and that's just
That's right.
this
Absolutely.
that we
Absolutely.
have this community out there that I don't think a lot of other social communities have out there. Yeah, we have
Right.
we got the cliques and stuff, but for the most part, everybody's respectful to everybody, and
Mhm.
and we police ourselves. We don't need somebody, and they're going no, because if somebody's being out of line or doing something not supposed to do, we take care of it. Because
Absolutely.
we're in a spot. The spotlight's on us when it comes to this,
Mhm.
and bad press. That goes a long way. Where we got to work 3 times as hard to get back into the good graces. So I think we do a fantastic job on that.
Absolutely.
And the great
Absolutely.
women out there that are part, whether they create content, they own a brand themselves, they work in the industry, they all do fantastic jobs out there, and I'm proud to be a part.
Absolutely.
I'm proud on now and going on my 25th year of being part of the cigar community out there, and
Nice.
I wouldn't want it any other way. I've seen all the changes over the last 25 years, and how it's
Right.
grown and shrank. People who've come in, people who have left, and the last 7 years, I think, have been some of the best years I've ever had being a part of this community.
You better
Mhm.
post that other
Yeah.
last comment up there, Daniel.
I know. I just saw it out there. Well, thank you,
What did
DJ.
it say?
Absolute truth.
I appreciate it.
What did it say? I can't see.
He says I should stop selling myself short. I put a great spotlight on
Yep.
brands and on the culture, and that was part of
Absolutely.
when I started the channel in 2019, was to get people to go to the other side of the humidor and to try something that they've probably never heard of before, because
Mhm.
there's gold back there
Yeah.
that people are
Yeah.
just ignoring because
Mhm.
the big flashy lights and your dreams are made here cigars from the big brands out there. And I'm like, yeah, I've
Yeah.
smoked big brand stuff, but for for almost 25 years I've smoked, have almost exclusively been these small brands, and small brands that at one point were small brands but
Right.
are big brands now. I've watched their growth.
Mhm.
Brands that have gone away
Yeah.
and come back, and but I've the passion and that love I have never went away, and I want to showcase that. I want these brands to have some sort of
Mhm.
voice, and if I can give them just a little bit, I want to get their name out there so people know about them, and spotlighting great people in in the
Absolutely.
cigar culture out there that are doing amazing things that nobody knows or may not
Yeah.
know about, and shining a light
Right.
on the great people of our community out there, and the great culture that we have within this community.
You're doing
Yeah.
a great job.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we truly appreciate you allowing us to come on tonight and talk about this event, because there are a lot of well-known events, for you to take us on tonight means a great deal to us. And two,
Yeah.
speaking about getting together, one of the things I really like about cigar being around like-minded cigar smokers is that nobody wants to withhold information. People are really, they really want to share. They want to teach you things. They want to show you things. I remember the first time I was smoking. Well, I was trying to become a smoker, and I'm in this lounge, and I'm sitting there in the corner, and my cigar was actually boating. That's what was happening to it. I didn't know this. I didn't know it was wrong. And Cedric Dudson with Fat Ash walks over and he says, "I can show you how to, to burn properly. You know what I mean? How to make your make the ash proper." And he did that. He didn't have to. He didn't know me. And I didn't feel embarrassed. He didn't try to embarrass me or anything. He taught me, and I've been doing better with that ever since. But that's just a small example of what I've experienced as I've been a part of this culture. And specifically women, I like that, all the sisters of the leaf and those that want to become sisters of the leaf, don't be afraid to go into different lounges and talk to people about it. Even if you just started smoking your first cigar, like I get beat up for smoking. My first cigar was a Tatiana honey. And Ray True Life, don't say anything about that if you're still on. However, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to say you don't know something. We're always learning and sharing. And so I think that's very important for people that are a part of this community and know it's very important to share, not be a gatekeeper.
Yeah. And the one thing that I love about the community when it comes to the sharing is if I'm smoking you see something I'm smoking, you're going to ask me about it and want to know about it. And then I'm going to end up sending you. So I'm like, here, try. Oh yeah, here, try it. Also, if you like that, here's 3 other brands that I really like too that are similar to this one. They really think you'll like. We're all about wanting to just put our experiences out there for everybody, so that I really enjoyed this. I think you would enjoy it too. So here, I'm going to share with you. And there's no expectation of wanting anything in return other than I just want to share my experience with a friend, and
absolutely.
And again, that's just something that a lot of other communities and social groups out there don't have. It's always, there's got to be something in it for somebody else, but for us, there's nothing in it for us other than I think you'll enjoy it. Please smoke it. Let me know what you think. I like seriously, like we want to know everybody who we associate with. We really want to know their opinion on what they thought, especially when it's something you really enjoyed yourself. Yeah. And then when, and even when, if they go, it was all right, or I didn't like it, you're like, why didn't you? Like, you want to know, okay, that it's a whole puzzle piece you're trying to figure out. Like, I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've gotten, I've gotten so many mail bombs that have come in from people of stuff that brands I've never heard of, and I'm just like, wow, like I'm grateful. I'm like, wow, somebody, thank you for sending it, and thank you for sending me this. Just because I talked about something on a live that, I really like this, and I haven't been able to find it. I'm looking for something similar. And then somebody listening then sends me a mail bomb that has something that's similar to what I was talking about. And I'm like, wow, that's so awesome. Like, I love it. Like,
right.
Like, I don't know where else you would get that.
Absolutely.
And we should maybe stop saying cigar culture and cigar community and just start saying what it is, cigar family. Yeah. That's what we got.
I love that. Yep.
Yes,
agreed.
I agree.
I agree.
We do have. It is a very family atmosphere out there, and
it is.
I think it's fantastic.
It is.
Pensacola Cigar Weekend, everybody. The direct link to go purchase your tickets is down in the description. I made it really easy for you. All you got to do is click that link, and it'll take you right to the website, and you can buy your tickets and go have fun. Great brands, great entertainment, panels. If you've never been to the Western Panhandle of Florida, the fantastic beaches. Not a million people there, like in Tampa, Orlando, or Miami, and I'm sure it's just going to be an amazing time.
It will be, and also when you go to the website, you can buy T-shirts that Bruno and I have on. There are hats there. there are phone covers. There are also the caps that we have that are they have a leather patch on the front. They're the Richardson 112, so they fit great. They keep their shape. And so if you'd like to get pieces of merchandise, please go to our website and you can find those items there as well. Let's see, I want the ashtray. Yes, the ashtray. We will get the ashtray to you. As a matter of fact, we have a new one, a glass ashtray that is absolutely gorgeous. So go out there and check that out as well. And so again,
I'd show the ashtray, but it's full.
let's see. Give me a second. I'll show one of them. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. This is the one that I think this is the one that Bruno has. This is the one that you see that Bruno puts all of his cigars in. Now these, these will be at the event, mostly on the tables. We don't have those online for sale yet. However, we do have one that that will be out there for sale, and I love this one. It's a glass cigar case. Let me see. Not cigar case. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. Ashtray. So this is one that is actually on site for sale. And so if you like merchandise, so for those that say, hey, I can't travel to Pensacola, not my budget, or I'm doing something else, you can still support the event by buying some of the merchandise. And we would greatly appreciate that as well. And if you want to take a picture and post that as well, send it to our DM so we can post it and show that you're supporting our event. We appreciate any support that we can get from you guys. And again, vending opportunities are still available.
If you're a vendor, make sure shoot them an email, DM, let them know you're interested, and they will take care of you. And this is probably an event if you're a smaller vendor out there, smaller brand. This is really an event that you can be showcased on a large level, really a big level out there. Because there's really no competition with the big boys out there. You can really showcase why you're better than the big boys.
Absolutely.
Out there. Yeah, I love it. I think you guys are, I think it'd be a fun time, man. I hope all of you in the chat that aren't going, man, hopefully Doc and Bruno talked you into buying a ticket. So
Yes, buy the ticket.
I keep trying.
Y'all gotta go because I gotta live vicariously through all of your posts. So I gotta see it. Y'all better take good pictures. You gotta go because I'm gonna have FOMO.
Absolutely, and we'll also we'll have. I'm hoping that I'm gonna throw this out there to Ray and Chevalier that they will do a live from our event, so that people can see what's going on. Also, we have Doc Sports that will be there doing a live talking about different sports, but from our location, we'll be doing that live as well. And so we are we're very big on supporting those that support us, and so I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that and be on the lookout for these different influencers that will be going on live from our location.
That's awesome. I think this is gonna be a great event. I think you're all gonna crush it.
Thank you.
I think this will be one of those great yearly events. You'll be back next year. You'll be back here next year promoting second year, bigger, better. You'll know what works and what doesn't work and what you want to expand on. You can be right back here showcasing all of that again next year. I look forward to having you back for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you.
Out there, I hand it off to you guys. Anything you guys would like other than promoting the event out there? Anything you would like to promote or talk about before we end out the show?
I'd just say make sure you follow us, Bruno Lyons on Instagram, Penscola Cigar Weekend, and thank you so much for all that, everyone that does follow us, everyone that's been supporting us, everyone that individually and for the weekend event, And Daniel, especially you, for having us on tonight and letting us talk and showcase this upcoming event.
Oh,
and
for
shout
sure.
out to Heart of a Lion Cigars right there too.
Yes, thank you, Heart of a Lion.
Make sure you get your VIP tickets, and you'll see what he's talking about.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. If you want to know what that package is going to be, get the VIP ticket. And I want to thank you for having us on, for allowing us to talk about this inaugural event that is just so near and dear to our hearts. We really want you to support all the brands that we talked about. You know, Mount Olympus, he's on. Thank you for always supporting us. Mount Olympus, Big Country, Sassy Soul Cigars, Honeybee Cigars. Am I missing somebody, Bruno?
Hayes Gray.
Um,
Hayes Gray,
oh,
just cool.
Hayes Gray. I'm sorry, Hayes Gray. Please charge it to my head, not my heart.
GTO.
Hayes Gray Cigars, GTO Cigars, Just Cool and Mobile Cigar Lounge. Yes, GTO.
Cordova
we just
Cigars.
need to make sure that they are all represented. Cordova Cigars. Thank you, Bruno. Cordova Cigars. All of those persons that and groups that are supporting us, we want to make sure that they are supported as well. Heart of a Lion Cigar Company, and all the other vendors, which you will see a list of all of the vendors on our website when you go there to click the vendors link. You will see all of the vendors that are there because we want to make sure that they're listed. And so, again, we want to thank you and everybody that's on tonight.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, man, it's great. I loved having you guys on. I hope everybody goes and checks out Pensacola Cigar Weekend. Go follow them. Links to everybody who's on here tonight is down in the description. I made it easy for you so you can connect with them on social media. And again, there is a direct link that'll take you over to the Cigar Weekend website to purchase your tickets out there. Next Monday, Charlie Albinati of Albina Sipping Sodas. Join us. We're going to learn all about his pairing sodas for those of us who don't drink alcohol. Out there, his creation he made with different types of sodas, and we're going to be trying them out and pairing the sodas with some different cigars next week. So that should be a fun time. So tune in next Monday night. And that's it for this week, guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Chat, you all crushed it again. You guys rock, and we will see you next week. Take care. Be safe out there. Don't do anything we wouldn't do because we're sweet and innocent boys and girls. And we will see you all later. Everybody,